This is the Truth, Honour and Integrity Show. My name's Thomas Williams and it's T+7 and counting, and the hammers just keep on rolling. Tonight we bring you From Russia with Love Part 8B, and it encompasses what we did with 8A and leads us to a new and greater understanding of what we face and also faced. Their corridors of power with the closed doors to learning are now opening to more and more people each day. Take the right hand path and away from the temptations of the dark, and let us not walk in the shadow of death, but integrate our shadows into the light. In many ways this series is groundbreaking, and this particular show is a world inclusive, not exclusive. The shadow of the dark will be no more cast on humanity, providing we do the work and we do the right things. Right, let's get started. This whole series has threw up a raft of names of organisations involved in this dark force worship of death and destruction. And many of these names started out with good intentions, but have been corrupted so badly now we need to start again going forward with better choices of what we do and what we follow. And so here are a list of some of the names operating under the banner. Ra, no, not our beloved admin, Amun-Ra. Kali Ma, Lilith, Rahu, Ketu, Hinduism, Buddhism, Tibet and the Dalai Lama, Mithras, Communism, Socialism, Kabbalism, Zionist, Democrat, Capitalism, Koshis, Kosher, Sufis, Jihadists, Egyptology, Pharaohs, Lords, Reptilians, Draco, Serpents, CIA, P2 Lodge, Five Eyes, KGB, Mossad, GCHQ, OSS, Solomon, Melchizedek, Jewish, Hebrew, Houses of Europe, Greece, Rome, Catholic Church, Mormons, Amish, Yahweh, Cabal, Illuminati, Bloodline Families, Sisterhood of the Rose, Scarlet Sisterhood, the Order, Dragon Groups, Zedo Masons, Freemasons, Scottish Rite Masons, Paganism, Wiccan, World Government, Luciferians, Satanists, worshippers of Set, Vril or SSP, SS being the operative letters. All of those names come under the banner of one group, which the rest of the show will cover in great detail. This is the Dark Force cult. That is the umbrella, of which all the aforementioned names operate under, whether it's knowingly or not. All are connected to this one group, carefully hidden and darkness personified. That group is under the title Memento Mori, which means remember you must die. Ironic, given these dark forces have done everything to gain immortality. We had done a recent intel piece and we said we would reveal in this show who were removed, and several thousand, near 750,000 of a certain group on this planet were deleted permanently that week, following a request to the council which was agreed upon, and suffice to say the world is better off without them. Utter hybrids. Very few, it was found, of them to be human. All were removed, a number totalling 768,000. The group is known as the Order of the Black Sun. This is their philosophy, and also their manifesto. Right, the Dark Side Disciple, it is said, and this is from the Black Sun Manifesto, should keep certain symbols at hand: black suns, skulls, black robes, etc., as reminders that he will die. Indeed, these symbols are a reminder that everything in existence, ourselves, our friends, families, our tribes, our races, our civilizations, our species, our planet, our sun, our galaxy, our entire universe, is doomed to destruction, just that these clowns wanted to escalate it. And as the ancient Chinese sages said, when asked for a saying that is true in all times and places, this too shall pass. Nothing in this world is eternal, they said. The fate of everything is darkness. Nothing can escape its destiny in the void of the black sun. Unlike the modern light-sider who lives in denial and mortal fear of this reality, the dark-sider embraces it, takes dark inspiration from it, reminds himself of it often and pays tribute to it by his devotion to symbols of death, such as the black sun. Thus do we revive the ancient tradition of memento mori, the practice of keeping death imagery at hand as a reminder of our mortality, common since ancient times but forgotten in the modern age. We use these symbols not simply as gloomy reminders, but to glorify the power of death, universal destruction, and ourselves as dead men walking under the black sun. We also use them as a challenge to ourselves to always strive to achieve immortality and defeat death before it defeats us. And the key, they say, is the term dead men walking, and is giving a heads up to the dark infested spirit world, which we covered in the previous show, 8A, and several others. So this is the start of the manifesto, and the first section is the world is dying. Oh my. Well, you're all going to die. And the first terrible truth of our creed is the understanding that the formed world is dying and is indeed doomed. To the materialistic modern mind steeped in white sunnite notions like progress and saving the world, this may be the most terrifying truth of all. But it's not always been so. In many metaphysical traditions throughout history, there has been a belief in an apocalypse or an end of days. Yeah, just them. A moment when humanity perishes, the world is destroyed, the gods die, time itself comes to an end, and the universe is abolished. And that was all promoted by disciples of this cult known as prophets. They were not prophecies they brought forth. They were trying to bring forth a word spell magic, and was their plans, not prophecies. This is the Armageddon they speak of, where only one group of people are said to be saved, the Hebrew people, the chosen ones. On Judgment Day, their folly will be all laid to bear. Having spent years doing the Jewish Hebrew religion, of passing over their karma onto all of the people via their Day of Atonement, and they're not the only religion to do it either. The Christian religion, Islam, Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism. These clowns pass over all the karma onto the people. And it will all come home to roost. This idea is a manifestation of black sun consciousness, they say, which has reoccurred in such forms as the biblical book of Revelation. So there you have it. The book of Revelation is the Black Sun. The Islamic Day of Judgment, the Norse Ragnarok, the Hindu Shiva dance, and the Aztec fifth sun, all involved in the Black Sun. Even modern science now posits that the cosmos is dissolving and will eventually go dark and return to the void. Modern science is wrapped into this cult also. If you don't go along with their belief, you get no more grants. It is how it works. But this piece also shows how they invaded and infested every culture and tribal group. And the first written testament, which means to bind, same as covenant, of the philosophy, symbology, sorcery and ideology of Kamud Dun, the Shadow Path, and the foundational book of Borzum Ghazal, which is the Order of the Black Sun, which encompasses all other orders and ideologies propagated previously by the Dark Lords. So what they're telling you there is they are the umbrella for all the other organisations, all operating under this cult of darkness. And this book documents the manifestations of the Black Sun's power in our thoughts, our lives, and the world at large. It is a written first testament of the philosophy, as conceived and practiced at our Black Sanctum. As the founders of this order, we record these thoughts so that others may know why it came into existence and what its terrible truths consist of. We offer this book not as idle philosophy or mysticism, but as a call to re-examine reality and your place within it. It comes from the endarkened minds of two who have had close encounters with the Black Sun's power and returned as darker, stranger beings with a message for others. For we have walked under the shadow for many years and wish to convey some of what we have learned to those who would follow in our footsteps. But you're not supposed to walk under or ignore your shadow sides. That's the kicker. We have to integrate them. People in the alt media talking about eliminating shadow sides. Shadows. No, you integrate. It belongs, it's part of you and needs to become you, not a shadow. In a world of shadow-blind sleepers, may this book awaken a chosen few, open their third eyes to the Black Sun and bring them under its shadow. And this is where the shadow and inner work comes in. Some in the alt media stated it wasn't necessary. But what this is stating is those that don't integrate their shadows become more and more susceptible to the dark. Oops. This is what they're telling you. We learn our best lessons from the dark, not the light. And they said, may it inspire them to join the ranks of our invisible empire and leave behind the white sunlit world of illusions forever. May the Black Sun burn a hole in your mind as it has ours, giving you the eyes to see a new path and a strength to walk it onward forever into the infinite darkness. Borzum Rak Am Shod, Black Sun power to you, one empire, one brotherhood. One and one. Where we go one, we all go. Interesting. Black Sunites are a loose brotherhood of sects, cells and clans known as circles. Circle is a bind, remember. And the clans spelt with a K. which will become very significant as this show unfolds. Circles are the covens, each of which maintains its independence but agrees to share its knowledge, resources and give assistance to members of allied circles. Now remember the show we did with Shane, there are 13 covens. There's not 13 now. Collectively, these circles form a secret society that takes the Black Sun as its source, and it gives its allegiance to the Black Sun Empire. Circles that wish to enter into Black Sunite societies must take the Gumuk Gromat Unity Oath to signify their allegiance to the Order of the Black Sun. In the Black tongue of Borgal, this oath reads, Gum Kazaz Gum Gazol, one empire, one brotherhood. Every circle that belongs to our brotherhood should display this oath in their sanctum. Written vertically in our Harzad script, it looks like this. By this unity oath, every band of Black Sunites and every territory they control are united in a larger brotherhood and empire. Holly and Lee, can you post the picture that everyone should see? And this is the symbol of the Black Sunites that they post on their sanctum wall. So there is an initiation into this Black Sunite called the Elite Initiation, and the Order seeks to initiate the elites of the White Sunite Society into Black Sunnism rather than recruit the masses. This is not only more discreet, it gains us powerful agents who can advance our interests from within the houses, there's that word again, of our metaphysical opposition. And this is no different to the Black Indians under the Kali Ma 5,000 to 7,000 years ago, who were imbued with voodoo and being told to mix with the white race to enhance their voodoo magic powers. It's the same thing. They're pulling from the white elites into their magic circle. Now the targeting, they say, of such elites is one of the dark arts of the advanced Black Sunite, who is trained in many methods of personal persuasion, seduction and manipulation to advance our cause. Once an elite target has been fully exposed to our initiation process, he should give his allegiance fully to the Order and abandon any vestigial loyalties to his old ideals. So what this is the seducement program. And we've spoken about this many times in our shows, and too many have fallen for it via wealth, fame, and or titles of self-importance. That's how they pull you in. And they say, thus we pursue the Illuminati methodology, subversion from above, establishment of powerful cabals that operate outside the reach of the ruling system, while exercising leverage over it. These cabals can then subtly promote the agenda of the Shadow Council while sabotaging White Sunite initiatives from within. In extreme cases, they may be called upon to incite wars and revolutions, crash economies, or stage false flag events to destabilize White Sunite regimes. Secrecy is the next category. The founders designed the Order to be a secretive, discreet cult rather than a publicity-seeking cultural movement, precisely to avoid the problems with White Sunite backlash. Our creed is not for everyone and does not need to be known or followed by the all. We do not subscribe to the ideals of openness, universalism and egalitarianism espoused by white Sunnites, and do not use their methods. Black Sunnites meet, communicate, train and operate discreetly, a bit like Langley. We transmit our dark truths to those who are worthy of them and leave the rest to sleep in their white sun dream worlds. Here is a saying that summarises our viewpoint in this matter. Black Sunnites are the hidden followers of dark truths, not the open propagators of white lies. Black Sunnites are sometimes called Vragam Borshigors, the hidden dark truthers, for this reason. In a black sun-dominated universe ruled by hostile forces and threatened by white Sunnite crusades, hidden is how we must be and shall remain. Next category, seeing the shadow world. Becoming a black sun seer, Balsam Garuzath, means learning to unsee the light of the white sun that blinds most beings to the existence of the formless shadow world, for the white sunlight only illuminates forms, chans, those objects, ideas, words and social constructs we can conceive of, speak about and interact with. We say that the white sun is the source, Zog, T-O-Z-G, which fills our minds with models of the world, our mundane sensory awareness, theories, philosophies, ideologies, religions, languages and cultures. To the white Sunnite, these constructs are all that one should be concerned about.